Hi guys, I'm Dr. Collar from drcollar.com. It is cold and flu season and a lot of people are dealing with upper respiratory illnesses. I've shot a couple videos already on how to treat these things. If you haven't checked them out, go to my blog or to my Facebook page and you'll see a number of videos on those. I wanted to shoot a quick video on how to prevent getting an upper respiratory illness, okay? As we know, these are caused by viruses, okay? So the surefire way to stay healthy is to avoid catching a virus. What is the fastest way to get a virus? You touch something that has the virus on it and you put your hand in your mouth, okay? That's it. So number one for avoiding getting sick is to wash your hands. You know what? Doorknobs, menus at the restaurants, grocery carts, indoor play places, they are all loaded with these viruses. So you got to keep some hand sanitizer with you. You know what? I think every purse or diaper bag needs to have something like this. These are Baby Ganix alcohol-free hand sanitizing wipes. You know what? We use these things a lot, which is why we have this huge tub of them. So on the grocery carts, on the menus, on the table, you know, my little boy, he likes to drool and teeth on the table still. So it's, we wipe down everything, the high chairs and the booster seats and all that. If we go on an airplane, which we haven't done in a while, we wipe down everything, just because there's so many germs everywhere. And that is really the number one way to stay healthy. Deal with the germs, wash your hands frequently. I know for me and my wife, the first thing we do when we come home from being away is we wash our hands, and we'll wash our kids' hands too. You need to get into that habit. That's going to, save you from getting sick so many times, okay? Got to wash your hands a lot. If you touch something, just develop that mental awareness, like this is probably germy. I think everybody should take a microbiology class and just realize how many germs there are out there, not in such a, in a fearful paranoia like, oh my gosh, I got to live in a bubble kind of thing, but just to be aware of where they are so that when you come into contact with surfaces that have that potential of getting you sick, your reflex is to go wash your hands, get the hand sanitizer, whatever it is. So that is number one, and that is, by far and away the best way to stay healthy. You got to wash your hands because it's a virus. Number two here, this one's a little funny, but in my own head, it seems to make sense. When I'm working with my kids who are coughing or sneezing, or patients who cough and I have this reflex where if that happens and they're right here, I stop my breath and I wait, or I move to another place and I actually try to exhale a little bit before I take another deep breath. Okay, sounds a little goofy, but in my head there's a cloud of viruses around me. I'm not going to inhale them in. I'm going to stop, get away from that, blow out, push anything away that I can, and then I'll start breathing again. I don't know, it seems to make sense in my head. So that's a technique you could try. Sleep. Rest and sleep is so important. If you're staying up and you're pushing your body too hard, you are going to become more vulnerable to illness. We know that. So you got to get good sleep during the winter months. Hydration and humidity. Some people think that there might be some connection with catching viral illnesses and being dehydrated, whether the mucous membranes are, we just can't, our circulation is affected, the mucous membranes are dried out, so viruses can stick a little easier. So, the drier months, we've got heaters going on, and I drink a lot of water regardless of the season, but especially in the winter months. So drink lots and lots and lots of water. And related to that, there might be something to using a humidifier. In my kids' rooms, we have kind of the small room humidifiers. We got this one here for my daughter just recently, a little Vicks one, $20-30 or something like that. We have one in our room, so I think there's something also to using a humidifier and keeping the air moist at least overnight. So number 4 or 5 here, a clean diet. Again, basics. If you're eating a bunch of junk food, sugars and alcohol and fatty fried foods, your immune system is going to be suppressed. Your body's working so hard to deal with the inflammation that you're creating in your gut that you're more vulnerable. So keep a clean diet, healthy fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and lean meats and all those sorts of things will really serve you well. Similarly, we make vitamin D primarily through sunlight. So in the winter, we're in our homes and in places where we're not getting sunlight. So vitamin D, I think, is a good idea to supplement, especially in the winter months. Ideally our levels of vitamin D go pretty high in the summer, and then they kind of come down a little bit in the winter, and then they come back up again in the summer. But for most of us, if we were to test our blood levels of vitamin D, we start really low, and then they go even lower during the winter months. So, and they never get into the optimal range. So supplementing vitamin D, probably at least 5,000 a day, or perhaps 50,000 units a week is a good idea. Other supplements I've talked about, like vitamin C and zinc, I tend to use more when I'm dealing with something, when I start to get that scratchy throat or a stuffy nose kind of thing. Finally, stay warm. Put your coat on, put your hat on, or you're going to catch a cold. Is that really true? Not in a technical sense. You're not going to catch a virus from being in cold weather. However, there is, we do catch them more frequently in the winter months, and that's probably because we're in confined spaces with one another. But there is perhaps some connection with being cold, So wear the socks, wear a hat, keep your hands warm with gloves, zip up your coat, Man, I was 20 years old before I was finally zipping up my coat, So do the things to keep your core body temperature warm, and you will actually stay healthier. So these are just some of the tips that I wanted to give you guys in order to help you not catch these upper respiratory viruses that are really, they're all over the place. I've seen 15 people in the last, day who have upper respiratory illnesses. So it's just going around a lot. And the best treatment is obviously prevention. So do these things, wash your hands, drink a lot of water, take vitamin D, wipe down surfaces, hold your breath. Anyway, again, I'm Dr. Collar. Thanks for watching. I invite you to follow me along at drcollar.com or on my Facebook page. Hit subscribe if you want to see more of these videos when I put them out. Or schedule a visit with me through the HealthTap app by clicking that Get Help Now link. So thanks a lot. Bye-bye.